If you have a debit card or use a bank account, you must watch out for this new scam.
From the foothills to the Piedmont, cloned debit card cases continue. The Monroe Police Department sharing these photos of alleged offenders who they say have been using cloned debit cards to withdraw money from ATMs.
Across the United States, scammers are making cloned debit cards, and they're using these cards to drain people's bank accounts.
Text message. We are cracking a text message.
Even worse, they're showing people on internet how to take the same steps to do the same thing, and even charging for courses. And young people are jumping into this phenomenon so they can make some fast money.
When they caught up with Rutledge, we are told that he had 178 of those duplicate cards on his possession. There are more charges possible related to this crime ring, and they say there could be more suspects also.
In this video, I'm going to break down the 2 ways that these scammers are getting people information and how you can protect yourself for these scammers from draining your bank accounts. Now, this new scam is called the clone debit card scam. Now, this is where these thieves get your information and create a duplicate debit card, and then they go to the local branch of your bank and they take the cash straight out of your account and drain your account.
Tonight, Huntsville police and the Secret Service charging this Birmingham man they say came to Madison County to commit all of his crime. Alan Rutledge faces a long list of felony charges. Police tell us they caught him in the act at a Huntsville ATM. Wait 31's Matt Proschel breaks down the details on this major bust right now.
He is live with the exclusive details on how investigators say Rutledge managed to rip off so many unsuspecting bank customers. Matt?
Police telling us that Rutledge was able to purchase that personal information on the dark web. Once he had it, he could create duplicate ATM cards using just any card that has a magnetic strip. And that's where police say was going down here in Madison County without any of these victims having any idea about it.
We don't typically have a case that involves this many victims.
Sergeant Joe Kennington works the Financial Crimes Unit beat with HPD.
It took us about 3 months, but he was able to victimize over 140 people in just 42 days.
Now, in this case, this scammer was able to obtain people information and purchase it off of the dark web. Now, it's very important that you constantly monitor your account, and even with your credit, you want to make sure you have alerts for any suspicious activity. Now, with my elite credit system, we use Smart Credit as our score provider, and they actually have a fraud insurance up to $1 million for you and your household, and they offer Money Manager. This gives you alerts for your bank accounts and let you know any suspicious activity going on with your accounts. And with my elite credit system, users like Greg was able to remove a collection off of his credit report within 12 days. So if you want this kind of protection and need my help with my AI software and coaching to improve your credit scores, you can click the link in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section.
He says they tracked Rutledge down, catching him in the act of trying to withdraw even more money using that stolen information.
I mean, it's a pretty big deal. White collar crime is sometimes brushed under the rug. Your violent crimes they get a little bit more attention.
There could even be more victims out there. All 149 Redstone Federal Credit Union account holders reported the fraudulent withdrawals from their accounts so far.
There's no way we're really explaining why the majority of the victims were Redstone account holders. It was at no fault of Redstone that we know of.
Now, many of the times, the way that these scammers are purchasing your information off of the dark web and how they're getting your information, they're actually causing the data breaches and stealing people identity information. So anytime that you get a notice from a company about a data breach, please make sure you keep that notice. Do not throw it away, whether it's an email, whatever way you're being notified, because that could be a way that you leverage that data breach also to use to dispute negative information off of your credit report. You want to look at your credit reports constantly. Any names, even misspell name of your name. Many people let that sit on their credit report. So say, for instance, my name is Sherry Beckley, but if I see it on my credit report as Beckley Sherry, you still need to dispute that off of your credit report and any name variations, any old addresses, because with those data breaches, you have scammers and apply for credit and send it to that old address and then go pick it up. They know you do not live there, but many a times the mailman that's working that area might see your name with mailers come up. So they'll deliver that credit card. And this is how a lot of these scammers are doing this, even with debit card information. They'll send that debit card to that old address and it doesn't seem suspicious to the mailman or anyone living at that old address because you always are still getting mail there. So you want to make sure you use these data breaches as the basis to dispute old addresses and negative items off of your credit reports.
Rutledge was arrested for trafficking stolen identities, criminal tampering, encoded data fraud, possession of marijuana, and attempting to elude a police officer.
The only thing that you can really do is just keep a close eye on your personal information. Keep an eye on your credit. If you get an unusual charge on your account, even though the bank, pays you back, you need to go ahead and report it. That way we can look into it further.
Now, this officer is absolutely right. Anytime you have any kind of identity theft, I don't care if it's incorrect addresses, wrong names, or somebody scamming you over the phone by just getting your information, or if you go to a website that you actually thought was a real website and your information gets out and you see things pop up on your credit report, please go get a police report. You don't know down the line where this stuff might pop back up on your credit because this stuff is being sold on the dark web. So that's going to help you get those negative accounts off of your credit report. So even if you had a situation in the past and you got that information on your credit report, please make sure you go get a police report and always monitor your credit.
Kennington says while these types of criminals can be difficult to track down, his unit isn't shying away. When they caught up with Rutledge, we are told that he had 178 of those duplicate cards on his possession. There are more charges possible related to this crime ring, and they say there could be more suspects also.
Now, this scammer had 178 duplicate debit cards. So imagine how many accounts are being hit up. If he had those on him, how about some of the debit cards they might not have found? It seems like he's not working alone. This can be a crime ring. So always make sure that you're watching your bank accounts, because if you're using your debit card, it could be little things getting by you where money is coming out of your account. And if you're not watchful over your account, you don't even know that these scammers have a duplicate card. So this is something going on all across the country. So make sure that you're vigilant when it comes down to your banking and private information. Now, the second way they're getting people information is through skimmers at ATMs.
Putting you on alert for criminals using cloned debit cards to steal money from ATMs here in our area.
Bad guys are really banking on a couple of things. People are spending more money using ATMs just like this one. So that's the first thing. The second thing, they're banking on you dropping your guard when you're trying to take out money. Police say they've been seen driving an early 2000s Toyota Sienna minivan with the maroon hood.
You work hard for your money, and the chance of someone else getting able to use it is kind of a scary thought.
Now, with these skimmers, they're putting it at ATMs. So what you would do, you insert your debit card at your bank ATM, and you don't even know a skimmer is in there. And sometimes a skimmer can be a small little chip where it reads your information as you're inputting it in. It's reading your information when you put your card in, your card number, expiration date, and all the other details. But along with that debit card, it's also capturing your PIN. So this is enabling these crooks to make a duplicate debit card. And now they have your PIN. They can now empty out and drain your accounts.
Those scary thoughts are becoming a harsh reality more often.
I ran home to check my account and realized that money was missing from my account, and then the light bulb went off that something weird had happened.
Scammers copied Mary Marichek's debit card. Burglars are becoming as brazen as more skimming devices are being discovered in gas stations and ATMs.
Everywhere. At your local gas station, there can be a skimmer. There's also at the self-checkout lines, people are putting skimmers at Walmart, different places. And even if you go to different kinds of convenience stores like 7-Eleven, skimmers could be even inserted there. So make sure that you're checking the terminals to see if there's anything going on suspicious before you insert your card, because these thieves are getting the information and making a duplicate card of your debit card.
Authorities say one way to detect a skimmer, use the Bluetooth on your cell phone, because skimmers transmitting through Bluetooth will likely show up as a long list of letters and numbers under discoverable devices.
If you walked up to the pump, you wouldn't have known it was on there.
And here are a couple of other things. If the ATM machine actually looks wonky, don't hesitate to go inside and talk to an employee. Also, if you can, go ahead and check your bank account frequently, especially during the holidays.
Those were some great tips that he gave, especially with the Bluetooth, turning it on and seeing if there are any other connections or skimmers around you, because it needs Wi-Fi in order to send the information to the scammers. But other things that you need to do, make sure you're checking those terminals before you use it. A lot of times too, using the tap feature with your chip may be a better option, but there are ways those things are now getting corrupted, but it's a little bit safer because you can see the outside. But with skimmers, pretty much when you insert it in those terminals, it's hard to see in that terminal. Another way that you can actually run your finances is using your credit card for purchases. And if you're worried about interest, what you can do is take the money from your account immediately, then pay off that credit card purchase. Because with credit cards, unlike your debit cards, when your money leaves your debit card, it's gone. But with your credit card, you have time to stop that purchase. Then that merchant can put a reverse on that purchase. So a lot of times using your credit card may be a little bit of a safer option. Now, hopefully this information was helpful. If you have questions or comments, leave it in the comments section. But if you have more detailed questions for me, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.